Hello and welcome back to the Football Manager 2019 save on the beta with Juventus. Now I'm much more awake in this episode, much more with it. I'm not hungover, my hangover is gone, it was gone yesterday. So we're back and a bit more enthusiastic than in the last episode. Quite a bit to report on. We played Torino in a 0-0 draw, I think, or did we play Bologna or did we play Genoa? I don't know. I've got a feeling we actually just played Genoa. With a 3-1 win, yeah we did, because Ronaldo got 2 goals and he's an absolute goal machine. Went on to play Bologna and he scored again with Dybala scoring an absolute rocket from the edge of the area. A very, very good finish. He took a touch to beat a man and then powered it in with his left foot, which was good. We then drew 0-0 with Torino, which was a bit disappointing. The striker's just not really getting in the game. Bernardeschi, Ronaldo, not playing well. Moises Kean had to start because we had an injury to Douglas Costa, who only made the bench. So yeah, it was a bit disappointing. Then we went and beat Udinese 3-0. Bernardeschi getting a brace and Dybala scoring another great goal, although he did pick up an injury, which does see him miss quite a few games, which is annoying. And then we actually went on and played the 3-1 win against CSKA Moscow. And a very good result. Cuadrado picked up an injury. Cristiano Ronaldo picked up a little knock as well. However, he did get 2 goals before that. And Emre Can got us a third, which was great. Obafemi Martins got a consolation goal for CSKA Moscow. But really, we're playing some very, very good football. CSKA Moscow are in our Champions League group, which is Group D. And it looks like this. Tottenham, Young Boys Bern and CSKA Moscow. Both Tottenham and us getting off to good winning starts. Harry Kane getting a brace to beat Young Boys 2-1, who scored their own consolation goal in the 93rd minute. We're playing well though. We're playing well. The squad's adapting. I'm finding new little things about the game every time I play it, which is great, including training. So I've gone a bit more in depth into training. Timothy Weir is absolutely loving training at the moment. Moises Kean, Alexandro, Timothy Weir all up and around the 9 point something to 10 mark. We do have a high injury risk of fatigue, which has made me look into certain things. So you can actually go in and select different schedules that you want. You can edit them and save yourselves. I haven't done that yet. That's something I'll be looking to do more into the main save as and when we get there. You can look at your whole training calendar as for the month. This is what it is. It shows you month by month. So September, you can then pre-plan training as you go forward. And these are the tactical styles that you could. So we've only got 1 week left. So tactical style for this, this is where we could load another one that we bring in. It would just sit in here and you can load that in for the week planned of training. What I also have other things I've looked at. Mentoring. I've set up a professional training group, as it says there. So professional, which I've spelt wrong because I'm an idiot. But that doesn't really matter. But yeah, as you can see, I've put all of our fairly professional and professional senior players in here, and then added in Scott McTominay, Moise Kean and Timothy Weir, so they can try and get this mentoring as part of the group. So Chiellini, as a team leader and professional, has very significant influence on the group. Everybody else is pretty average. So it should, in theory, affect Moise Kean and Timothy Weir the most, because they have the least influence on the group and therefore. So what I'm wondering, actually, if I went get rid of you guys, get rid, would that actually then coach them a little bit better? Interesting. Also, if I ask the assistant, who else does he assign in there? He actually assigns Cristiano Ronaldo. He puts Scott McTominay in. He actually makes Cristiano Ronaldo the mentor. Okay, I'm going to add Chiellini back in because I want Chiellini in there, which is good. Okay, so we have 2 that are going to be significant. I'm happy with that. That's fine. You can have a look at everybody's this is where training has been so far evolved in Football Manager 19, is that you can look at everybody's individual settings to see how they're doing all on this one page, to see how they're fitting in to the tactic, what their medical report is, what the training report is, what their positional training is, and things like that. And it's just absolutely great. It's just all in one place, and it's so much easier to see it, and it makes it really, really good and really easy as a player and as a manager to see it, and that really helps. Then you've got your rest training, so you can set people to be on normal or half intensities, and then you can. I've selected these all normally say normal intensity, but what I've done is if they're at a 90 plus condition in the season, they'll have normal, 80 to 89 normal, and then half intensity for 70 to 79 and 60 to 69. Anything below 59 condition, I've just said no pitch or gym work. Basically, they just get a rest. But what I wanted to do, and then you can see here, physio recommendation is recommending who does what. So they're recommending that he goes on a half. Ronaldo goes on half intensity, so that's what we'll do. But then they're saying Szczesny can have a double intensity, so why not? We'll give him a bit of double. It looks like all the goalkeepers can have double intensity because they're not actually doing that much in the games. But it's really, really good. Like, even the coaching overlay is handy. It tells you where you're good, where you're bad. It's just set out slightly differently before. But what else was I going to say? Units. That's the one I haven't looked at yet. So you actually get to see who's working in what units. Whether it be defensive, goalkeepers, or attacking. Obviously, there's no midfield unit. You can decide if your midfielders go attacking or defensive, which is fine. And then these units then relate to the stuff you can pick in the calendar. So, for example, if we went to attacking, and we change from attacking to set pieces, attacking free kicks. So your primary focus is for the outfield players, and that takes in everybody from attacking and defending. Attacking the wings, that would then... So, for your attacking people, for the people on the primary focus is the attacking unit, they get all of these impacts. The defensive units defend against the attacking unit, and they get all of these impacts, and the goalkeepers get this. And it changes, as you can see, as you can go through them all. So defending, the primary focus would be with the defensive units. They get the priority of the training. So you really have to go through and balance out what's going on. Now, I'm trying to really sort this out. And this is why I knew I said I'd come back for the CSK Moscow game. We've come back for the Lazio game because we've got 2 games in quick succession here. Lazio and then Chievo Verona. And I'm intrigued to see how it works out, because what you could used to do in Football Manager 18 and previous versions was just pick an 11 and then straight after the game highlight them all, rest for 2 days and go and play the next game. Whereas here, if it now clearly shows that if you rest everybody, if you set up rest training, then nobody else in the squad gets any benefit. Like, you're resting the whole unit. You're resting all the defensive unit or all the attacking unit, or the goalkeepers and things like that. So I am going to actually give them an extra recovery day straight after the game against Verona. We're just going to have a double recovery session, as it were. In fact, they're actually going to cancel. That's going to be a rest session. So they have a rest over lunch, and then at the end of the day they come in and have another recovery session just to get rid of any niggles or anything like that after the Chievo Verona game. Because of these 2 games back to back and then another one against Empoli, I think we really have to rest. So as you can see, rest, then the game, then rest, then travel, recovery, rest, match practice, match preview, and then the game against Chievo Verona. So it's a packed schedule. We're on form. We're doing well. We've just got to keep going. The other thing I've done is I've set up a new squad page with these dividers in here, so you can see ability, potential, average rating, key passes, assists, goals and appearances. As you can see, Douglas Costa has been pretty much phenomenal for us. 2 assists, 6 key passes in 4 games. We also have Pjanic, who's doing very well. As I said, Dybala is just coming back from injury, so he's down to 91% fitness. These guys are lacking a bit of condition just because of the amount of football they've played. But we have then changed the formation ever so slightly. Still playing the Gegenpress, but now we have 2 box-to-box midfielders to help the pressing in the final third, whereas when Dybala's back, he'll be back in that attacking midfield role. So I've rambled on enough. Let's get into the game to play Lazio, who are in 2nd place. We find ourselves in 5th, but that doesn't really mean too much at the moment because it's very early on in the season. We're only 1 point off Torino, who are top because they drew with us, pretty much. It's the only game they haven't won, and it's the only game we haven't won. But this is our game in hand against Lazio, so it's 2nd v 5th. It'll be very interesting, and it'll be a good little battle to see how far we've come. So we'll see you then, and we're back to 3D. So here we are then, Juventus away at Lazio. Lazio lining up in a 3-3-2-1-1 formation. Ciro Immobile up front, Luis Alberto behind him, Milkan Savic in the middle next to Parolo, Lulic and Lucas Leiva and Basta are the midfield 3, and then Caceres, Acerbi and Bastos line up in front of Strakosha in goal. Juventus lining up in the 4-3-3 formation, Douglas Costa and Bernardeschi on the wings, Ronaldo leading the line through the middle, Emre Can, Pjanic and Matuidi make up the midfield 3, Alexandro, Chiellini, Bonucci and De Siglio at the back, which is a name that I know is going to get comments how I pronounce that. De Siglio. I don't know, that'll do. And Szczesny completes the team. On the bench comes in youngster Zappa, because we don't have backup left backs at the moment, because it would be him, Mateus. Is it Mateus? Mattia. It would be Mattia. I'm just going to... Do you know what I'm going to do? We're going to get our first nickname because I know I'm going to get mocked. So, Matt. Matt is our backup right back and left back. And, yeah, he's starting. So, we had to call up a youngster from the bench. But here we go. Into the team talk, assertively, with the favourites. Go out there and give the fans a performance. Passionately, I have faith. Passionately, I have faith. Passionately, I have faith. End the team talk. We'll get the opposition instructions to be done by the assistant manager, and we'll get the game underway in the glories of 3D. Both teams in the huddle there. Seems that Alexandro wasn't really listening to the chat, but Lucas Leiva gets the ball out to Lulic. There's a bit of a kick clash going on, I'd probably say. I don't know why they haven't changed this up, but thank you for your recommendations on 3D cameras as well. I know somebody suggested, sorry that I don't have the name to hand at the moment, the data analyst view. Now, I can understand why you would like this, as is that going to be a penalty? Oh, he's gone to VAR. He's gone to VAR. VAR is reviewing the decision, and it is a penalty. Damn. Okay. Now, the issue with this view, as that's a terrible penalty from Immobile. It's cut back across to nobody. It's actually a bit too far out, in my opinion. So what I prefer is to go for the TV view from here, and we'll scroll in just a little bit, and we can track the ball as it's played. It's a good header. Lucas Leiva picks up the ball in the centre of midfield for Lazio, tries to split it right. Douglas Costa gets back very well indeed, as this result actually puts us top of the table. Bastos goes all the way back to Strakosha in goal for Lazio. Long ball forward. Lucas Leiva will flick that on up to Luis Alberto. Luis Alberto just holds it up, loses the ball. Now, Matt had the big clearance, and Ronaldo couldn't get on the end of it. Now, Ronaldo is a little bit isolated up there. We might have to give him a bit of support. We could see Dybala coming on earlier than suspected, but Bernardeschi intercepts that ball well. Matuidi comes forward, back to Bernardeschi. Bernardeschi towards the edge area, comes to his left foot. Matuidi shoots! Oh, just past the post. So unlucky for Blaise Matuidi. But it's, yeah, I mean, Lazio are looking like they're going to try and dominate possession, as Alberto... That's a terrible, in my opinion, that's a terrible free kick. But Pjanic now has a free kick. Highlights coming thick and fast. Pjanic swings it in. There's the header off the bar. It's bouncing around and it's cleared away for a Juventus corner. I don't know who it was that had the header onto the bar. As we'll see if we can, how close can we get to the action. Pjanic swings this ball in. That's a bit of a poor delivery, that one, and it's cleared away quite easily. I'm going to praise them, because I think we've started this game quite overwhelmed by praise. Obviously, well done. I can't imagine Cristiano Ronaldo's ever in his life been overwhelmed by praise, but that's what it's saying. Their manager doesn't seem to have shouted at them any better than I have, because they're all disinterested after the feedback. So that is something as well I really, really do like in this game, that you can see immediate responses to all the shouts and feedback that you're giving the players. As half an hour ticks by, and still not going on. That missed penalty, the main highlight of the game so far, and also Lazio's only shot on target. Let's get into the team instructions. We are working the ball into the box. I'm wondering, do we float it up for Ronaldo? We are going to lower the tempo ever so slightly. I don't want us to knack ourselves out. Costa's in. He squares it. Matuidi shoots. It's saved. Bernardeschi on the rebound. Saved again. Oh, Strachowska, whatever his name is, in goal for Lazio, with a fantastic double save. Pjanic with the resulting corner swings it in. Matuidi's there, and it's another good save from Strakosha in goal. And this is already looking better from Juventus. Oh, good double save from the goalkeeper, though. Keeps it at 0-0. 5 minutes to go till half time. Oh, Matuidi's picked up an injury. Now, I thought I was managing our injury stuff quite well, and I'm still getting quite a lot of injuries, as we are going to see Dybala come on. Try and just give him that. We'll try and give Ronaldo a bit more support up front. We'll put him on as attacking fielder on attack. Now, he was in good form before he picked up his knock, so hopefully he can come back straight to that form. But yeah, there does appear to be quite a lot of injuries in the beta, and it is a beta, so that's not a problem. But yeah, is that half time? It is half time, 0-0. So something you've got to keep an eye on. Maybe a few more rest days and things like that. As is the game just frozen? If I press continue, right? Okay, dressing room. Okay, into the game. I don't think we've actually done that bad. You've been unlucky. You've been unlucky. Let's keep going. We'll just chat to everybody assertively. You have the ability to make a real difference. Get a little bit of a confidence boost. Get them going. Get the blood pumping before we start the second half. And it's underway. Bernardeschi, I've been well impressed with, by the way, in this game. He is really, really good. Costa comes forward on the left wing, tackled well by Basta, and it goes out. And still, the draw does put us to the top of the table. I think we deserve a goal. We've only had one clear-cut chance, but they have missed a penalty, so I've got to remember that. Bernardeschi picks up the clearance in the corner, back out to Pjanic, just as I was praising him as well, saying he's really good in this game. Goes and does a pass like that. Cristiano Ronaldo, again, he's struggling to get involved in the game. I'm wondering if they're playing around our gegenpress. I'm going to go for a tiki-taka. Lower our tempo down a little bit, lower the intensity. And I think we'll go with that. We'll give it a little bit longer. We'll give it to about the hour mark, which will come around pretty quickly on key highlights. And Douglas Costa's come off 60%. Yeah, but his condition's increasing, so that's not bad. Although he's not playing very well. We might actually just change complete formation. I'm wondering if we drop Pjanic back here. Where do you actually want to play? What do you actually want to do with your life? You can't do anything. You can't do anything properly. That's really, really annoying. How are the two wingers doing? Bernardeschi on a 6.5. I can't really take Ronaldo off because he's always he's the threat. He's the goal-scoring threat, is Cristiano Ronaldo. So I think we'll put Pjanic up to a advanced playmaker on support. Box to box. Douglas Costa come off and be replaced by Bentancur, who's going to come on and just sit in front. Oh, actually, we'll put you as an anchor man. So the wing-backs still have that ability to push on. Now, do I go Timothy Weir for pace, or do I go for Mandzukic for height up front? That's the question, folks. That's the question. Timothy Weir, not actually that quick, actually. So, as much as I love you, Timothy, we're going to go Mandzukic on for Bernardeschi. We'll push Ronaldo up like that. We'll go to a 4-4-2 diamond. We'll have Mandzukic as a target man on support, I think will work. Dybala hopefully playing off and around them. And then we'll change and we're going to go to a direct counter-attack. Get the ball forward, get it up to Ronaldo and Mandzukic. Try and draw Lazio out and onto us and see how we do. Bonucci into Pjanic, up to Emre Can, back to Pjanic, all the way back to Bonucci again. We're still playing here in a sort of tiki-taka way. Matt comes forwards, up to Mandzukic. Don't really want him wide. He puts in a good cross, looking for Ronaldo with a header. It's gone in. Just call me a genius. Just call me a genius. What substitutions that was. Mandzukic, him and Ronaldo playing a bit of pat a cake for a celebration. Matt did well putting it down the line. Mandzukic got onto the ball. Fresh legs of Mandzukic. Good cross in. Ronaldo with two people against him. Good header. Keeper, he made that great double save in the first half, but he probably should have done a lot better there. We'll praise that getting the goal. Lovely stuff. Is fired up by the feedback. That's what we want. That's good to see. All subs have been made, and we're gonna stick on the counter attack because there's no need to change it. Alexandro now picking up an injury as well, and this is what I mean by the intensity of the game's Pjanic picking up a knock. Is this like part of me now? Like, do you just completely drop the tempo so that no one's really running that much? We can just go extremely direct in the passing, and we'll go to a much lower tempo. And hope that doesn't affect too much. I mean, it's been a good performance. I'm just hoping that the rest days we've given after this game against Lazio and before Chievo Verona are going to be enough to see us through, as Caceres picks up the ball in the right back position into Lulic. Back to Caceres. They play a nice 1-2 around the defender. Ball in towards the back post. Matt heads it away and Pjanic completes the clearance. Looking for the Ronaldo. The defender's missed it. Cristiano Ronaldo. He's through 1-on-1. Surely he doesn't miss. He does, obviously, because I said surely he doesn't miss. Oh, Cristiano doesn't normally miss those operations and situations there. Pjanic with his calf strain. Look, you can see him struggling there. He's lining up just to take this. Still managed to get enough power on it to put it into the box. Dybala keeps it alive. Back to the injured Pjanic, who's going to be a big miss for us. Dinks it back out, looking to the edge of the area. Bentancur into Chiellini. Back to Bentancur. Bentancur holds it into Chiellini again. Up to Bentancur. Bentancur to Chiellini. These two just having their own little game. I don't mind. Pjanic to Emre Can. They decide to have their own little game. Mandzukic back to Bonucci. Bonucci holds the ball, and hopefully that will see us over the line, because this has been a game which has cost us in terms of injuries. Now, final corner, Luis Alberto. Pjanic wins the header. Badelj with a header. Szczesny makes the save. 6 minutes of injury time, and we're into the second, going into the third minute. and it's a long kick forward, and it's pretty poor. And Delax have it out to Caceres on the right hand side again. Martin Caceres comes forward, cross in, back post. Matt gets ahead of it, but Dale just brings it down towards the 6-yard box, shoots, and Szczesny holds on once again. Oh my word! Right, let's just we'll just concentrate. Caceres again being a bit of a danger man on this right hand side. Ball out. This is the 6 minutes are up referee. He blows the final whistle, and we hold on. We hold on for the win, but at what cost to the players? I'm going to really passionately tell them a very nice victory. Oh, let's have a look. We've got to wait for the news now. Sandro injured 1 to 2 days. Matuidi 3 to 6 weeks. That's going to be a killer. Pjanic 4 to 8 weeks. Oh my word! This is why we bought in Scott McTominay. Just for this reason. Your place is assured when you get back. And the press conference, we're actually going to send... I've enjoyed doing the press conferences, but I'm just going to send the assistant to that one. We'll be back for the game against Chievo Verona in a couple of days. So as we can see from the medical department, lots of injuries here. Look at these first teamers that are injured. Pjanic, Matuidi, Cuadrado, Cancelo, Sandro, Khedira, Spinazzola as a backup player as well. Barzagli and Dybala have recently returned from injury. And it's not looking good. All these players have a high risk of injury. We have significantly reduced the workload of the training. And I'm really considering changing from a Gegenpress because I think it's asking too much of the players to play it every single game. So we're going to start with the 4-4-2 diamond, although the wingers aren't injured. That's the issues I've got. Right, already this Football Manager is making me think more about tactics and resting and rotations as Belotti fires Torino back to the top with a hat-trick against Frosinone. But he's quality, isn't he? He is. In loads of other people's saves on YouTube that I watch, I've seen him move to Chelsea. So I wonder if Chelsea bought someone else, which means they didn't get Belotti. Let's Chelsea. There we go. Let's have a quick look. I know that Brett Higgins will be excited to see what's happening with Chelsea. So we'll have a look at the transfers. Transfer centre, no, transfer history. They've bought in Adnan Januzaj. Interesting. Okay. And Matthias de Ligt, which is obviously a very good transfer. No, not sold any big names. Have they got anybody on the transfer list that they're trying to get rid of or anything like that? Pedro's wanted by Man United. Okay, basically they're just saying that Mourinho wants to buy all of his old players. But anyway, yes, we'll be back for the game against Chievo Verona. It has been announced that the United Kingdom will be leaving the European Union at the end of the season. More details on any rule changes will be announced in the coming weeks. So let's see what Brexit does for English players. In previous Football Manager, in Football Manager 18, for a lot of people, it caused a lot of headaches. For me, not so much, because I was doing a journeyman and I only ended up in England at the end of it at Man United when they already had an amazingly good team. We are the firm favourites, according to the Italian Football Post, to get this win. This is how we're going to line up. Szczesny in goal. Del Pret comes in for his first ever game under my management. Bonucci and Chiellini in the middle, and Matt moves over to left back. McTominay and Emre Can in the middle. Dybala sits behind Mandzukic, who replaces Ronaldo. Bernardeschi on the right and Douglas Costa on the left. And we're starting in a tiki-taka formation, and I've still got the injured players on the bench, so let's get rid of them. I mean, I'm literally running out of people that I can pick to go onto the bench. Into the B team we go. And who did well in pre-season? Mavididi. I mean, I'm picking players' names I can't even say. Did it right. And then we probably need a fullback on the bench as well. So we'll call up those two youngsters. They can go on to the bench, and let's get into the game. We'll give them their squad numbers. They can have the very respectable numbers of 32 and 29, because why wouldn't you want those numbers on the back of your shirt? As we get into the game, and Chievo Verona, as you'd expect, lining up quite defensively. Sorrentino in goal, Tomovic, Rossetni and Barber at the back. Cacciatore, Obi, is that John Obi Mikel? No, Joel Obi in defensive midfield, and Deloco at left back, or left wing back. Radovanovic and Hetman in the middle, Puccarelli and Megriani in the middle. So if you're annoyed by my pronunciations, I can only apologise, but please leave a comment down below completely mocking me like Gio does most weeks, but I don't mind. Also, if you want to follow me on Twitter, @CulturedF, the link is in the description. If you want to go and listen to the Football Talk podcast, the link is in the description. And if you want to be so kind and sponsor the channel a little bit extra every month, you can donate $1 a month, or an amount, that's the lowest you can do because of Patreon, but any amount above that much appreciated if you can do that. Just click on the link below, it'll take you direct to my Patreon account and you can sign up there. So the game gets underway. Rossatini puts it out to the left hand side. Del Orco comes forward. He's tackled well by the guy making his debut, Del Pret, and then it goes out for a throw-in to Verona. But Chiellini now has a throw for Juventus up to Emre Can, who's tackled well by Hetmaja. I don't know why Chiellini was coming up to take that throw. He's a centre-back. But Hetmaja given a lot of space to run into. Ball forward. Chiellini wins the header well. McTominay picks it up into Emre Can. Out to Bernardeschi on the right-hand side, who keeps his place in this slightly rotated lineup. Costa accelerates past in towards Mandzukic. It comes out to McTominay with a shot. Oh, I think he's toe poked that into the top corner, which is utterly ridiculous. And then he does a very odd cartwheel, sort of standing in the same place doing a cartwheel, which is very weird. But Bernardeschi got this out to Douglas Costa. Douglas Costa got round. Good ball in. Dybala couldn't win the header, but McTominay, it's just a little sort of toe poke. I don't know why I did a Phil Jones-Gurn, but out to McTominay, who sticks in for his first goal of the season on what is his first start in the league. So, wonderful stuff. Bernardeschi swings us in with his left foot. Powerful cross put in low. McTominay gives it back to him, and again fired in low. Mandzukic with a header. 2-0. This is like it for Juventus. This is what we like to see. Mandzukic celebrates in front of the Juventus fans at the Juventus Allianz Stadium, and Bernardeschi fired this corner in. It came out. McTominay flicked it out to Bernardeschi. McTominay having a great start to his Juventus career, and then a good header from Mandzukic that the goalkeeper was struggling to get to. And it's 2-0 Juventus in the early stages of this game. So Douglas Costa already starting to struggle with the game in the conditions sense. So Andy's picked up an injury, as has the new right. But this has got to be a bug in the game, because there's not this many injuries. And it was lower leg for Douglas Costa and a lower leg as well for Del Pret. Bruised shin for Del Pret. He can stay on with that. Douglas Costa's the big concern here, and I think 35 minutes into this game, we're going to have to change Douglas Costa. I could bring on Ronaldo, and I'm going to. And we're going to see how this works. As an inside forward, we're just going to put him on attack as well. We're just going to let him have free reign. We're actually going to drop Matt back a little bit so that he's not, so that they don't just counter-attack on Cristiano Ronaldo's side. They're still sticking to this quite defensive formation, even though they find themselves 2-0 down. So, I mean, they're picking up some injuries as well. Migoroni up front also has a knee injury. So we'll see how it goes. As Bernardeschi's going to swing in another corner. In it goes, a bit more height on this one. McTominay gets it again on the edge into Emre Can. Back to McTominay. Great to Bernardeschi. He finds himself space. Cuts it back across. Ronaldo's there. And the subs, bring them on. They score goals. Cristiano Ronaldo gets his, seventh goal of the season. A great start to him in a Juventus shirt. As the corner was headed away, McTominay kept it alive again into Emre Can. Back to McTominay. McTominay's actually been playing quite a crucial role in this game. Bernardeschi fires it across, and Ronaldo just does not miss those opportunities. And it's 3-0 Juventus as we get into half-time. It's been a fantastic start to the career for Cultured Left Foot and for Juventus and for Ronaldo. And it's very good to see. So into half-time, I'm very happy with how it's going. Everybody loves that. Like Matt having a great game with 100% of his tackles won ratio. We just need to keep an eye on this injury to Del Pret, I don't know. 82%. He still seems to be doing okay. Everybody playing pretty well. I mean, we restricted Chievo Verona to 2 shots only. I mean, yeah, we've only had one clear-cut chance, 2 half chances, and they've all gone in. But yeah, obviously we had VR Bernardeschi's now picked up an injury. Groin injury. I mean, you can't keep him on with a groin injury either. This is a shocking turn of events for us. It's going to have to be Timothy Weir that comes on, and he's going to be playing as a winger on support. Now, that's not too much of an issue when we're 3-0 up. It's more the fact of the injuries. But yeah, they've just sobbed off Del Orco, who picked up an injury as well. So again, I don't know. We're going to have to feed this into Sports Interactive as a bug, because that is a large amount of injuries. Dybala is looking disinterested. So what do I show some passion? Let's shout there to Dybala just to get him. I mean, did that work? Did that happen? I don't know if that happened. Shouts. Shouts. Show some passion. Pablo Dybala, confirm shout. There we go. Let's see how that... Fired up. Good. We've found something that makes him fired up. So, about 10 minutes to go. And it looks like it's going to be a very comfortable win. I'm wondering if we just give one of the youngsters a game. Who's really knackered? Matt is really knackered, and Del Pret is really... Del Pret I don't really worry about. He's not going to be playing that much for us this season. I'm just thinking, do we rest the likes of Dybala? Although he's now fired up. Emre Can, we should probably rest Emre Can because we need to keep our central midfielders with Khedira and Matuidi and Pjanic all being injured. We actually need to keep the central midfielders very fresh. So that's quite an interesting thing to think about as well in the game. So Del Pret with a throw. Up it goes to Dybala. Back to Del Pret. Timothy Weir picks it up. Lots of space to run in through for Weir. Weir gets to the byline. Can he pick out Mandzukic or Ronaldo? No, he picks out Sorrentino, the goalkeeper for Chievo Verona. And there is 3 minutes left. We'll just tell Bonucci to ease off his tackles a little bit. As a long ball forward is won in the air by Bonucci. Bentancur picks it up into John Obi, but that's a great ball through. Stepinski's through. Is Szczesny going to keep a clean sheet? No, he's not. 3-1, second goal of the season for Stepinski, who rushes to get the ball out of the net. Runs it back to the game. Bonucci won the first header really well. Bentancur then with a poor pass, and Stepinski comes it forward. And I just don't want to risk us giving this away. So we'll go to a control possession sort of stance, get that under the game for the last 5 minutes of injury time, and hopefully that will lower the intensity completely. Although there is another corner. Joel Obi puts it in and Szczesny grabs that very, very easily. We'll really low, really short pass in. We'll play it out of defence. Dybala comes forward with it. There's still a minute of injury time to go. And Dybala gets into some good space on the left-hand side. Holds it up in the edge of the corner. In it goes. Weir! Oh my word. Timothy Weir, you've got to finish that off, son. That has got to go into the back of the net. 30 seconds to go, and it looks like it's going to be quite an easy win here. Sorrentino puts it a long ball forward. Ronaldo wins a good header. Tomovic is there. Bentancur gives it to Ronaldo. Back to Bentancur, and then this is it. Just keep possession. Very sensible here. Ronaldo looks to go on a little bit of a run. He comes forward with it. Beats one, beats two. Can't lay it off to Timothy Weir, but that will probably be the final whistle, and it is. And Juventus get a 3-1 win that puts them back to the top of Serie A. But yeah, there we go. So we end this episode top of the league. Bernardeschi out 1 to 3 days, as is Costa, as is Del Prete, who makes his Juventus debut. He's quite old, I think. Yeah, 30. Why did they sign a 32-year-old? That's very bizarre. Bernardeschi getting a couple of assists, so certainly the quality of chances you made were very, very good. So a quick look at the dynamics then. It looks all pretty similar. No issues at the moment in the squad. Match cohesion's going good, dressing room atmosphere is good, and managerial support is pretty damn good as well. Into the hierarchy, so Ronaldo, Barzagli and Chiellini are the people we've got to keep happy. Barzagli's an interesting one because he's listed as rotation, but he's 37 and he's not really ever going to get close to the team, especially at right back with stats like pace 9, acceleration 8 and stamina 10. He's never going to get close to the first team with that. Ronaldo and Chiellini will be easy. People that support me though, all three of them at the moment support me, which is great. Bonucci, Pjanic and Matuidi, Emre Can, Del Pinetti, Perrin and Cancelo as well. And the good thing is, absolutely nobody opposes me. Social groups wise, as you'd expect, Timothy Weir, Ponsoglio and McTominay are all in others because they're all recently new signings. Cancelo and Emre Can in secondary. And then the core group is good. Most of the people are in core group. Everybody's pretty happy. I don't know why Ronaldo's... Ronaldo, all these people that are concerned about training is the fact that we're not training enough. But I've done that because of the fixture schedule at the moment. I didn't mean to click team meeting. But it's going very, very well. I think one draw and what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 7 games, 6 wins, 1 draw, all in the competitive games is absolutely incredible. We're going to be back for the Tottenham-Fiorentina double, which is very, very interesting in terms of fixtures. So beating Tottenham would basically put us in pole position for the Champions League. And Fiorentina, I mean, this run, Inter, Napoli, Tottenham, Fiorentina is going to be very tough on the legs. But I'm hoping that we've got enough spirit and enough stamina to get out of it. So thank you very much for watching, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure and I really hope that you're enjoying it. If you want to join those list of people over there and become a patron, the link is in the description below. This is the new outro screen. It's not the best, but I knocked it up pretty quickly. It gets the job done. Thank you so much, Gio, Derek, Brett, Lovro, Jan, Callum and Marco Toss. Your support to the channel has been absolutely fantastic. A big shout out to Callum Bacon, who is on his 8-month anniversary for supporting the channel on Patreon, and Jan Petrik has been supporting for 10 months as well. All very good. Please leave a comment below to let me know you're enjoying the series and how are you finding Football Manager 19. But for now, I'm out of here. Cheers.